Good evening, and welcome to Live at 5. It is Wednesday evening. I'm going to have a really quick Live at 5 today. My middle daughter has got a concert this evening, and the school have just changed the time, so I need to get her back to school for 5:30. So this is going to be a really quick one. Luckily, there is a question that's been asked that I can answer relatively quickly this week. So the question went along the lines of, it said, I've just been for my 20-week scan, and I've been told I've got a low-lying placenta. Does that mean I will need to have a caesarean to birth my baby? So, great question. Okay, so low-lying placenta. As many of you might know, when our babies grow in the womb, we have a placenta, which is the source of all of their nourishment. So all of the oxygen that they need, the nutrients that they need to grow comes through the placenta. And that's where they also get rid of all of their waste products, so carbon dioxide and anything like that. So our placenta is a really useful, important part when we're growing our baby. Now, sometimes that placenta can sit very low in our uterus, and sometimes, not very often, but it can cover the way out. So if it's over the cervix, then when you are having your baby, obviously the placenta's in the way, then baby is not going to be able to get out. And actually that can be quite serious. So if you have got a truly low-lying placenta, so your placenta is covering the cervix, then yes, a caesarean is an amazing procedure to be able to birth your baby safely so that you and baby can be safe. Hooray! Now, let's come back to the other part of that question. So this mum has gone for her 20-week scan, so the middle of her pregnancy, and she's being told that her placenta is low-lying. Now, halfway through our pregnancy, it's not generally an issue, and often the placenta moves. Now, it doesn't actually move, so it can't change places, but as our uterus gets bigger, as our baby gets bigger, where it is in our abdomen changes. So it might not necessarily still be at the bottom of the uterus when we are wanting to give birth. Now, a really easy way of being able to demonstrate this, we've got a really expensive prop here. It's a balloon. So what I've done is I've just drawn a little mark just to denote where maybe the placenta is. So if we've gone for our scan and the placenta is low-lying at this point in time. So let's just say that our placenta is down at the bottom. Watch what happens when I blow up the balloon. Can you see that the placenta is no longer right under there? Can you see that it's migrating upwards? And actually, oh, my dog doesn't like balloons, as though she's come to check it out. Can you see that actually, as the uterus gets bigger, where that placenta is, actually moves up and out of the way. Now, I don't know if you can still see that. And now the placenta is not covering the cervix. It's not covering that place where baby is going to come out. And so for the vast majority of you, if your placenta is low-lying, so at the lower end of your uterus, thanks, Iggy, at your 20-week scan, it is very likely that it will move out of the way. Not necessarily, not physically move out of the way, but it will be out of the way by the time your baby is ready to be born. Now, these are questions that you can ask your midwife. So if you have gone to a scan and you're not sure, and now you're worrying that maybe your birth choices are going to be altered, this is a great time to talk to your healthcare professionals and ask them, what might happen if my placenta is still in the way when towards the end of pregnancy. what are my choices? What are my options? If the placenta has moved out of the way, what are my choices? What are my options? Now, all of these are things that we do cover in the course. So if you fancy learning more and knowing your choices and options, then book yourself onto a course. We're coming to the end of March now. So April classes are coming up. We've got online classes. I've got in-person classes. And also May classes, same goes. I've got groups with for in-person and online options. And also, if you fancy having a one-to-one, I've got a few slots left for April and May. So if you'd like a personalised individual course, that is an option as well. The key thing is ask questions. Keep asking questions. Ask me, ask your midwife, ask your healthcare provider. Don't sit there worrying by yourself. Google has its place, but actually asking those questions, you're probably going to get a better, less scary answer. So I said that it was going to be a really quick one today, and that's it. So if you've got more questions about placentas, give me a shout. See you soon.